Good morning everyone, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Good morning. Here in Rochester it's been raining and it looks very windy, so it's rainy. I didn't think it felt so cold this morning, however the temperature in here is about 17 degrees, so I've got up. I was covered in fleece blankets so I felt warm, but I've put the heating on, especially for Max as well. So it's wet out there today, very wet. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning, and happy birthday to Doctor Who.
And happy birthday to Doctor Who. First broadcast on BBC One on this day in 1963. It remains the world's longest running sci-fi drama.
I used to love Doctor Who, and you knew the monsters were fake, like the Cybermen and the Daleks, but you still loved it because it was like innocent fun. Now the horror is really horrific. Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Saturday the 23rd of November.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
Good morning, Crystal. The time is 8:51 a.m.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
In Rochester, it's 7 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect rainy weather, with a high of 15 degrees and a low of 7 degrees.
So, rain. So I've got my umbrella ready. Alexa, can you tell me a Christmas joke?
What do you call a kid who doesn't believe in Santa? A rebel without a clause.
And Alexa, whose birthday is it today? Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
Today's famous birthdays include United States Senator from New York Chuck Schumer, American singer, songwriter and actress Miley Cyrus, Irish Association football player Quivine Kelleher, 53rd President of Venezuela Nicolás Maduro, and French actor Vincent Cassel.
So, Miley Cyrus, American singer. Alexa, how old is Miley Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus is turning 32 years old today. Happy birthday, Miley Cyrus.
Alexa, who is Miley Cyrus?
Miley Ray Cyrus is an American singer, songwriter, and actress. Regarded as a pop icon, she has been recognized for her evolving artistry and style.
So a lot of pop stars are also actors and actresses. Elvis Presley was not only an actor, he was obviously a singer as well, but a lot of pop stars that end up doing films. The Beatles did as well. So there you go. So good morning everybody. Here in England it is raining and wet outside. Alexa woke me up at 7:20. But I couldn't get up till about 8:30. No. So what I do is get Alexa to, like, it's not an alarm, she just tells me what the weather's like and everything at 7:20, so that I do know that it's like nearly time to get up, and then I'll sleep for another half an hour and get up at 8. But I got up at 8:30. Made myself a lovely cup of coffee, sorted the sofa out, made sure Max was all right, brushed my teeth, etc., did my hair, and I always do a YouTube video in the morning. Last night I took Max out for a walk, and I told you, Friday night is when everybody goes out, and the young people especially go out and enjoy themselves, and I don't blame them. But I was freezing cold last night, and there was a bloke hovering about, so I spoke on my mum. I walked around the field with my mum talking to me on the phone because the police said that to do that, you know. But if you can't get anybody to walk with you physically around the field, the next best thing is to have someone one on the phone and to walk to you around the field, because it puts potential attackers etc. off. If they can hear somebody else on the phone, it puts them off, you see. And especially now it's dark, especially for women's safety etc. You know, I've only got a small dog, but he would defend me to the end. I know that. He's very, very loyal and protective, but he's tiny. And yeah, so we went out for a walk. I do not like going around the block because I said there's people are walking and they're smoking cannabis joints. It not only goes up my nose, it goes into Max, and it causes him to have behavioural problems. It makes him, for some reason, he gets cross and he starts growling. So I went round the field. And as I was coming off the field, my mum had told me, honestly, this is true, my mum had told me that she'd got me a small torch. So I was talking to my mum as I was coming around the corner of the field last night. She said, oh, I hope you don't mind, I've got you a torch. And then this jogger, no word of a lie, came round the corner with a small torch, and it was pointed right in my eyes. And I turned round, went up the steps and got out of the way of it. It was pointed right in my face. And I just went up the steps and got out of it. I am trying not to get cross or upset. I feel that I am being provoked from every angle, but I will not succumb to their bullying and harassment. All it's done is so that I get cross inside my own home and become a source of entertainment for people. And I'd rather be singing and dancing, even if it is bad, than losing my temper and looking like a villain. So I was having fun singing songs, you know, the old Bing Crosby White Christmas, because Alexa not only is a source of information, which she is, she's got a lot of knowledge, and you know, I can get access to songs from years ago. So I was listening to old songs, and what normally happens is this wind-up merchant used to text me on Flirt Finder or something like that and wind me up, and they would ask me, what you doing? Not how are you, and talking to me nice. WOT, what you doing? And then I would hear shouting from outside and I would get upset. But in this cold, and believe you me, even in this cold weather, you do get idiots hanging about, even when it's freezing. I mean, I've had idiots when it's been pouring rain stood outside and they're just annoying, don't they? They just stood outside getting soaking wet. And I don't know why they want to provoke somebody. It just doesn't seem normal. So that's what I did. I just was listening to music last night, and then you have enough, you want to relax. So about 9 o'clock I stopped everything and just sat and watched the telly, and was learning Italian, because I've decided to just learn just basics of a lot of languages, so I know the basics of a lot of languages, so I can understand, you know, like when you go for a coffee with someone. So I was learning Italian, cafe, and now I know that latte, you know, you ask for a cafe latte, it's a coffee with milk in it. see. You learn. So latte is milk in Italian. It's lait in French. And it's latte in Italian. And now I'm understanding, you see, what these things mean in foreign languages. So I would be sat down, browsing at the telly, usually talking pictures TV. You know, years ago I used to look forward to watching the Christmas film. For me, everywhere was A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And I would read the book and I would be excited to watch A Christmas Carol, and it usually got put on Christmas Eve. Now, because you've got Netflix and things like that, you can watch A Christmas Carol throughout the year. But years ago, when I was a kid, I looked forward to watching A Christmas Carol. It was the Christmas film. Yeah. So I also looked at YouTube videos, because you can pick up some good free films on YouTube. So I would do that, and just trying to relax myself and distract myself and keep calm and keep happy. And that is how you defeat these horrible people trying to destroy somebody's happiness. And they do it to a lot of people, and a lot of people get really, really cross and really, really angry. And that is the whole point of what they want to do. They're the villains, but they want you to look like the villain. And you end up getting locked up because you lose your temper and you do silly things. And that's another reason these bullies like to have fun with you, because you know, you don't, when you're being put somewhere, you don't know whether that's real or just for them to play about with you. And I mean actually human torture. Not only is it physical, could be physical, like left in a cell with no blanket and you're bleeding and they're just watching you bleed. They're taunting you, they're giving other people showers and food and you've got nothing. You're in a cell and you can hear what the actors, I believe when I went in the cell it was done for pure fun and entertainment, and they were watching me hungry without a blanket bleeding. They construct these, it's like a TV set, it's paper. The cell that I was put in had just been newly constructed, and I know it had, because the wall was still wet from where I know now, and I don't let these bullies, and I've gone onto YouTube, gang stalking, it's happened to other people. They've been put in cells, mistreated, and sent to the hospital saying they're mad, get put in a ward that ain't real, and are tortured by the other people in there. And you know, it's temporary, and they're not going to put you in a cell for a long time because they don't want to be in a cell and go through that themselves with the fake prisoners, etc. So it's always a short amount of time this torture is. So I know it's real, and I know other people have been through it. They don't give you proper medical treatment because they want to torture you, and you know, hence every message was, how are you, Crystal? How are you doing today? Are you okay? O-K-A-Y, not okay as in okay. It was always okay, it's K-A-Y. Are you okay? How's your health? How's your family's health? And I felt that they were actually also attacking. I mean, the only real family I've got living near me is my mother, and she's going through hell on earth, not being able to get workers. So they don't only attack you, they go after your family. So I just now go out somewhere. I don't tell anybody where I'm going. I didn't tell anybody I had a dental checkup. The only people that knew I had the dental checkup was in fact myself and the dentist. So any harassment and bullying, the only people that knew that I was going for a checkup was the dentist itself. And obviously the staff on the reception desk and whatever dentist was supposed to be seeing me, but no one else knew because I didn't tell them. I didn't even tell my own mother. And I found that going out wasn't so bad because nobody knew. They could only guess that I was going to take the train. And there was a couple of, stooges on there, the street theatrics, dressing up like me with a red backpack with a hood over their head, taking the piss out of the way I walk to cause a reaction. And I don't wiggle my backside or wobble like a penguin either. So it's done to provoke, to cause you to get cross with the individual that's taking the piss. And you mustn't do that. There was one yesterday. I walked onto the field with Max, and Max was freezing, and I was trying to keep him warm under my arm. And this guy, never seen him before in my life, right? Same height as myself. He had a backpack on, and he was waggling his bottom. He was wiggling and wiggling, like he was walking like this, like a penguin, and waggling about and just going really fast across the field. And I've got a dog that is shivering, and I'm not going to run. You know what I mean? They provoke. They take the piss out of you. They mimic how you're walking. They take the piss out of your voice. And I don't know what it was as well, the sniffing. So it makes me uncomfortable. I was sat in the dentist chair, and the dentist was... And then I went outside. They sniff past you like they're sniffing something. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. They sniff. They do it over the phone as well. You can hear them sniffing. I had a taxi driver, going up to my mum's in Chatham, and all he did was all the way to my mum's. I don't know what that is supposed to be either, the sniffing. Perhaps they're smelling something. My mum used to tell me terrific tales about my father, how he used to sniff people, because we won't go into details, but as I don't know whether it was a joke or she meant it, she called my dad Derek the Devil, and he sniffs things. Sniffs. And they keep sniffing. Like that near me. I just want to go out. I want to get my shopping, whether it's clothing, whether it's foods, whether it's a newspaper, and you've had this crap put into your mind, and that's what they do. They feed it into your head, and then you keep noticing it. And now I will go out and I will block it. I will block it with my ears and not look at it. And of course, my mum said my dad preferred blonde women, blondes. Blondes, specifically blondes, not brunettes, blondes. And I know about Satanism, and I know about witchcraft. And yesterday, the pigeons, I recorded it in my Facebook, the dead pigeons. So last night I went out again by the Rochester Riverside. It looked like something had eaten a pigeon and left a bloody piece of the body on the floor. And what do witches do? They sacrifice small animals. Birds, rats, mice, whatever, and you've got the death of the pigeons has started again. We haven't had that for a long time. Dead pigeons on the floor covered in blood, but there was one yesterday. There was hardly anything left of it, so what the hell ate that pigeon? And the foxes at night, they squeal like babies. Squeal. And you can even hear it through shut windows. And Max gets up. Sometimes it's 3, 4 in the morning and starts like, they sound like screaming babies. You get foxes down this road at night and they scream. And it sounds like babies crying. It's horrible and it wakes you up as well. But there's a lady down this street that feeds foxes, and you've got to remember that foxes are feral, they're wild, and they can actually attack, and they carry germs, you know, like rabies. Foxes can be dangerous. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go now. It's a bit later than it usually is, and I'm taking things easy. I'm not rushing about from anybody. I'm older now. I'm not running about and showing off. I'm taking it easy and steady and enjoying every minute and every day, because that's what I want to do, and I don't want to spend it being miserable, worrying about people that don't deserve my time. See you later.